Good evening, YouTube. Sorry about the delay. I was just schooling someone 7-0 on FIFA. So, yeah, bear with me. Sorry I'm late. Let me adjust this. The lighting, I swear to God, I need to fix the lights in this house. But yeah, listen, you can see by the title, Mustafi has been voted the second worst centre-back in the world. I'm just scrolling through to go and find the thread. Big up AFC Source. Source, not sauce as in Heinz. But yeah, big up his Twitter account, his or hers Twitter account, whoever he or she may be. Full quotes will be incoming, and I'll just give you a little bit of spiel about what I think about it. I really need to sort this light out because it's not the one. Let me move around. Is that better? That's better, isn't it? That's better. So let's sort that out. But yeah, big that person up on Twitter. I'm fully going to read out the whole thread that they put up. It was an interview Shkodran Mustafi done with a German outlet called Der Spiegel. I've probably butchered that, but there we go. Anyway, Mr. Mustafi, let's start. Let's go. Let's just get straight into it. Mr. Mustafi, you are the second worst. Are you the second worst defender in the world? Mustafi replies, no, I don't think so. This is actually quite damning. And when I read this, I thought, you know what? I kind of feel sorry for him. Yeah. Some of the stuff that comes out, bear with me, because I know a lot of you haven't seen this. Yeah. The Spanish sports newspaper Marca has recently selected the worst players of the year from their users. 150,000 people voted on this. You came second behind Phil Jones from Man United. Mustafi replied, I would think that would have been a poll amongst the best coaches in Europe. Yeah. Obviously, he's trying to laugh it off. The poll shows how much your reputation as a defender has suffered. What happened in the past few months? So what he replied was, in the first 2 years after my move to Arsenal in 2016, things went very well for me. I saw myself as a performer. Shortly after Christmas 2018, there was a kink. I've made a few mistakes and they've created a mess that I've never experienced before. They then ask him, you mean in the 5-1 against Liverpool at the end of December? He replied, I had missed 3 weeks injured. Then I went into that game without training with the team because the coach needed me. At halftime, it was 4-1. I looked a few times not good, and I have injured myself again. Afterwards, I got a lot of negative comments from Arsenal fans on Instagram and Twitter. Well, yeah, listen, people tag this guy in it all day long, and I don't agree with that. You don't tag a player. Listen, if you don't like him, cool, don't tag him, man. Come on, there's no need for that. These players read that, yeah? If I'm doing this video and I'm mugging a player off, or you're just tweeting or putting a post up, he has to fully search for his own name or fully find this video. If you're tagging him directly, there is a chance he's going to see that. I think that's a bit muggy, but that's just me. Anyway, a penalty you caused and failed in a defensive action, which caused a 3-2 defeat at Crystal Palace, and there were other mistakes. On Twitter, somebody wrote, they played like they were on roller skates. On the Arsenal fans station, I'm assuming they mean AFTV, fans demanded that the club sell you. Mustafi's response to that was, I'm self-critical enough to realise that I made those mistakes. I can also deal with tough criticism, but the criticism has become escalated and irrational. I have become a target. At some point, people even blamed me for a defeat I had not played in at all. That's true, by the way. An article appeared in a tabloid newspaper, The Sun. This is what he was then asked in mid-August. And a fan photographed you in front of the Arsenal stadium and wrote on Twitter, you have blocked bus lanes stopping him from getting to the pub. Headline on the article, Blockdran Mustafi. I have no idea what that means, by the way. I'm just reading the quotes. Mustafi's response to that was a culmination of the madness. I was not in the squad, but I wanted to see the game. On the way to the stadium, I stopped briefly to ask for a folder. If I could drive through, he said, wait a minute, and then he let me through. I don't know what this is going on about, but I'm just reading it, by the way. So bear with me, because this is the first time I've read this thread, by the way. I'm so confused as well, Sports News. Listen, I'm just reading the thread. Obviously, some of this translation has not been translated properly. There was also criticism of you from the football industry. Former Arsenal player in 1998 and world champion Manu Petit called you the king of blunders. Wow. Mustafi's response to that, Mustafi said, that annoyed me a lot. It was one thing when the fans or media criticize you, but it's a different story when an ex-player who knows how hard it is sometimes on the field says so. I expect such players to be more sensitive and realize that sharply worded critique can trigger. And in the past, that might have been one day in the paper and then people would have forgotten it. I don't know what that means. Today, it's on the internet. Oh, I see what he means now. Time's gone by, it would have been in the paper, people would have forgotten it. Now it's on the internet and that'll haunt me for the rest of my life. Actually, former players like Petit should not make a name for themselves by making condescending comments about current players. He's got a point, by the way, but at the same time, it's Manu Petit's opinion. There's a YouTube video, a fan produced a compilation of their mistakes at Arsenal. His name is Mustafi Must Leave. Wow, big up that channel. I haven't seen the video, didn't know it. The video has clicked 1.8 million views. Did you see it? No, I had to protect myself. So he's blatantly seen it. Let's move on. How did you handle this video? Mustafi, there were days when I really doubted something about myself, but at the same point, I realized that I'm mentally strong. Something my wife has helped me with a lot. If you were really as bad as people are making you sound, you would never have been a world champion or an Arsenal player. Something must have brought you here. Okay. Since then, I can handle it better. You became a world champion in 2014 and you were nominated for Marco Reus shortly before the tournament. After that, you said the hardest part of the job is dealing with emotions. Can you do it today? Mustafi's replied to that, it remains the most important thing in football. When you are up, you have to be careful not to fly away. So you can not really enjoy yourself. When you are down, you must be careful not to go crazy. I've experienced both. As a professional, is it better not to allow any emotions? Mustafi replies with no. You have to learn to use emotions properly. When I was flying high, I use the positive emotions to improve myself. They inspire me. Now that I am down, this is what upset me, by the way. Well, I'll say it upset me. Yeah. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. You know what? This is how much social media. Yeah. Let's get rid of him. Yeah. Don't watch my channel then, mate. Bye-bye. See ya. This is how much social media can impact on players when you tag them. Now that I am down, the negative emotion should motivate me. I said to myself, I do not want to sit in a cabin again and feel guilty about my colleagues. That drives me on. Are the players perceived differently today than they used to be? Mustafi's reply was, football has become more inhumane. Social media has contributed to this. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Without plain names, people can unload their frustration directly to us. As a player, you also benefit greatly from social media. They can stage themselves and their advertising partners there. They can become more of a brand. Mustafi's response was, that's right. Nevertheless, I believe there is a limit. If it is no longer about sport, but only to discredit someone to get many likes, then it has exceeded. I would like to see more restrictions in the future. What's on the internet will never disappear, and I am worried this will eventually affect my children. Mate, this goes deep, by the way, by the sounds of it. Insults from the fans, statements by your coach Unai Emery in the summer that you should leave the club, and yet you are still an Arsenal player. Why is that? His response to that, in the summer, there was considerations to change the club. So we did look to get rid of him then. But there was no option. Obviously, no one came in for him. But there was no option that would have satisfied both sides. Okay. Also, Arsenal has has made a possible departure, of course, in spite of the statements of some conditions. Some of this is very, very badly translated. So just bear with me. It's nearly done. And I knew the next change is extremely important to make another positive chapter in my career. If I change somewhere, that does not really fit. The situation could not improve much. So I stayed. I am open for the future, also for Bundesliga. The German national team face Argentina in a friendly on Wednesday. They were only invited once after 2017 Confed Cup. How did this happen? The coach calls Joachim Low, and explained, I don't know what that means, so we swerve that. That's the end of it, by the way. Listen, some of that stuff is deep, you know. That is proper deep. My man's sitting there being like worried, scared, worried about his kids. Yeah. And you know what, right? Let me say something. I've never once tagged Shkodran Mustafi in a tweet and said anything negative about him. Yeah. Anything, as far as I'm aware. I might have done. I'm sure one of you will find it if I have. But at the same time, they are human beings. And I don't condone going in on people and tagging them if it's a footballer. Like I said, right, I've gone in on certain players over the years on this channel, on previous channel, and on my Twitter, and on my previous Twitter account before that one went. But when he's mentioning about his kids and stuff, man, that is some deep stuff, man. That is proper deep. Yeah, and I kind of feel sorry for him. And I have properly gone in on players, including him, by the way. Right, I've done it on this channel. I've done it on my previous channel, and I've done it on my Twitter account. As far as I'm aware, I've never tweeted that guy directly and tagged him. So they've done it with Granit Xhaka as well. I remember Xhaka deactivated his Instagram because of the comments. Some of the stuff Mustafi had on his Instagram account this summer, where he put a picture up of him and his daughter, I think it was, or him and his wife. He put a picture up. Arsenal fans were in the comments. I remember this. Arsenal fans were in the comments of that video. Of that picture, posing as Monaco fans. Yeah, saying, "Come to Monaco. We'll look after you." Even though they hadn't changed their profile picture and they still had the Arsenal shirt on. Now, to me, that is more muggy than coming and sitting on a camera and slagging him off, because he has to find this. He don't need to find that. You found him, you know. So I think it's a little bit, mate. I'm mad. Well, listen, I can't believe some of the stuff he's come out with there. Right? Listen, I don't rate him one little bit. We all know that. I can't stand him. I want him to leave the club. Yeah. Is he the second worst centre-back in the world? Hell no, is he? Socrates this season's been worse than him in the last 3. Yeah, let's be real. You know, Granit Xhaka has played worse than him for 3 seasons. I know he's a midfielder. He ain't even the worst centre-back at Arsenal, let alone the second worst centre-back in the world. Right? And, you know, yeah, see, Goatzel Ward Bandwagon says death threats to families is too far. Bruv, listen, a lot of our players have got that, you know. A lot of our players. Yeah, that is too far. And this is the thing, right? Social media can be used in a positive way or a negative way or in the in-between way, right? I go in on players. I have gone in on players. I've gone in on Wenger for years. I've gone in on Bellerin, yeah? I still get people tweeting me now going, "Oh, me and you are done." Listen, grow up, mate. Seriously, right? At the end of the day, I didn't tag Hector Bellerin. If Hector Bellerin's seen that video, he searched for it or he's found it, yeah? I haven't gone to Bellerin. I haven't gone to Wenger. Yeah, people are actually actively going out there, going to these footballers and going to their Instagrams and their Twitters and giving them so much abuse, man. It is unbelievable. And I kind of feel sorry for him, if I'm being honest. After reading all of that, I sort of scanned through a little bit of it earlier, and I see some of the comments to that guy's tweet, to that thread. And like I say, thank you to everyone who bared with me with that, because it's some of it. You know, listen, when it's translated, it's never going to come out clean, is it? So some of it might have been slightly mistranslated. But at the same time, when he's saying stuff about his kids, when he's saying stuff about he's been not depressed, but all the negative stuff, you know, let's remember here, right? This guy has only made 3 errors, I think it is, or 4 errors in 3 seasons that have led to a goal. Yeah? 3 or 4 errors that have led to a goal. Excuse me. Granit Xhaka has made double that and more. Yeah. So I'm not saying that, you know, I want him to stay, but at the same time, I kind of feel for him, you know. You know, at the end of the day, that some of the stuff he's come out with there, especially about the family, man. Listen, I've got a daughter. I know what that's like, mate. Yeah, I've had people, idiots on my Instagram and my Twitter talk about my daughter before, yeah. Right. And I know they do it to get a rise. They ain't getting no rise out of me. Yeah. And I'm a strong person. He might not be. You know, he might go home every day after a bad game, get all the abuse, see it pop up, you know, and that might haunt him for a week. Yeah, then the next 3 days he's got to play again. You know, so sometimes I've seen it with Iwobi. I've been at games, Man City, Iwobi. Yeah, Man City, Iwobi, racially abused by 2 geezers stood 5 rows behind me. Racially abused, and he looked straight at them. That was 4 days after we had lost the cup final in 2017. 4 days later, we played them on a Thursday. It was freezing cold. It was snowing. The stadium was dead. We were 2-0 down. Iwobi limps off. He had to walk all the way back around the North Bank goal. 2 geezers behind me racially abused that geezer. And the stadium was so dead, he heard that and he see that. Yeah? Disgusting. Right? And no matter what you think of these players, that's too far, man. That's too far. I'd never come on here and sit here and say stuff like that. You know? Yeah, I think some players ain't good enough. Yeah, I think they'll see you next Tuesday, some of them. Yeah, I think some of them are well overrated. Yeah, we all know who I'm talking about when I'm mentioning these players and stuff like that. But same time, I'd never racially abuse them. I'd never sit there and actively harass them online. Do you know what I mean? That's just muggy, isn't it? Too muggy. Anyway, I've been rambling for 16 minutes, nearly 500 people watching. So thank you very much for that. Do stick the likes up, 85 at the moment. Let's try and drive that up to 200 by the end of this stream. But like I said, he's had the good times, Mustafi. He's had the bad times. The good times, like he said, he tries not to fly because it can go to your head. At the same time, when you get the bad times, you need to have strong family around you, because I can imagine the abuse that guy's got. I know the abuse he's got. I've seen some of the stuff that's been said to him. It's disgusting. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's read some of your comments out. Let's see what you think. Xhaka should be getting that, not Mustafi. Come on, bruv. No, nobody should be getting that. And I agree with what he said. Social media needs to do more, mate. Yeah, there needs to be more rules in place. Yeah, some of this stuff I get in my notifications is, listen, I've done double glazing for 21 years, mate. Yeah, I knock on people's doors for a living that I don't know. The abuse I get is mad. Yeah, social media is a walk in the park. Some little 18-year-old or 12-year-old ain't going to affect my life, mate. Yeah, but he don't know who it is. He don't know what, you know, he's just sat there as a footballer. He's had a bad game. He's given a penalty away. Or we've been spanked 5-1. He's already depressed and he sees that pop up. Come on. And then he's got to go again 3 days later. I kind of get it. At the end of the day, it is only football, says Aussie Gooner. Exactly. And some people take it too far, mate. And like he said as well, yeah, excuse me. Like he said as well, they do it for likes. And there's a certain little group of people online that will say anything for other like-minded idiots to go and like it, so then they can get bagged. Yeah, because that's the buzzword. I've been bagged at 4K. Let's start a new account and get bagged again. Yeah, it should be an IP ban and never have another account in your life. But that will come one day. It should be passport or driving license or photo ID to set an account up anyway. So yeah, in reply to that, Isatu, no, they didn't, mate. They didn't. What about our Greek defender, says DVS Dallas? Evening to you, mate. Well, he ain't good enough, let's be real. But he gets away with it because he's a fist pumper. Looking peng. Well, I'm not. I need a haircut. I need my eyebrows done. I need to get fixed up this week, mate. I need a big haircut. He is not good enough for Arsenal, but not bad enough for this treatment. That's probably commented a night, Matt. Yeah, so far from the ones I've read. Yeah, at the end of the day, social media is a vile place, mate. Every single day, I'm sure some of us just get abused. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially when you stick yourself out there like I do. Like I said, I can accept it. I get it. Cool. I'll bite at maybe 1 out of 1,000 people that go negative at me, yeah? Right? And I'll give them a little spray and that's that done. Every single day, I get people tweeting me, chatting bollocks, yeah? I can only imagine how much more escalated that is when you've got millions of followers and you're a footballer, yeah? Because I know what my notifications are like, yeah? Now times that 1 million times, yeah? I've got, what, 17,000 nearly on Twitter. I know what my notifications are like. Imagine what his are like. He's got millions. Most of the time, Mustafi is a scapegoat. I kind of agree with that, if I'm being honest. Listen, he ain't as bad as we all think he is. I've sat here before and said he's the worst centre-back we've ever had. Yeah, come on, we take that with a pinch of salt. He ain't, right? But emotions overtake you sometimes, yeah, but there's no need to go and tag him. I never tagged him and said that. Do you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about Pepe being mocked, says Reese. Evening to you, mate. Listen, a lot of people, and they're all up there, bruv. Trust me, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it, bruv, when he comes good. The McManus, evening to you, mate. It's disgusting. No one deserves that. I agree. Evening, David. Hope you're good. We need to back Mustafi as he's been great in the games he's played this season. Maybe he could become a great defender if he has backing. Who knows? Well, he could. You never know. Who knows? The one thing I will say about Mustafi is this season he has been fantastic, but he quite openly said in there that he had an option to move. The club had an option to sell him, but it didn't fit both of us. So there was an option, and he decided to stay in the end. I suppose going forward, we do need better than Mustafi, don't we? Right? Let's be real. I think we're all agreed on that. But at the same time, if it ain't right for the club, then you keep him until it is right for the club. And if that means that he goes for a little bit cheaper in the summer, but it's still a good deal, then so be it. And if he can fill in and help in some of these League Cup games and some of these Europa games, cool. So yeah. Some Arsenal fans are brainless. You are trying to sell a product, but you talk it down. I don't know what you mean, mate. David Luiz can't tackle to save his life, says Donovan. I thought he was man of the match at the weekend. Ilias, my day's been absolutely superb, mate. I can't even lie. It's been good. I've sat and played FIFA all day. I figured out how to stream on FIFA so I can get it on YouTube streaming, live streaming with my little thing down in the corner so you can see me. Thursday, for anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, Thursday I will be doing a couple of hours on stream. Go and subscribe to the gaming channel. That's in the description, League Gunner Gaming. Go and subscribe to that. And yeah, Thursday, I'll look forward to playing some of you guys. I'm going to be playing on FUT on Xbox for now, but I am going to purchase a PS4 in due course. Lee, you incredible man, says Drizzy. Now, that's the sort of content I like hearing. I'd rather Mustafi than Luiz, says Dylan. Laka is shit on FIFA this edition. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Let me say this, yeah? Ibrahimovic for about 5,000 coins or whatever it is I brought him for the other day. That is my guy. I say it every single FIFA. Ibra is the man. Jamie Vardy as well. Pucker. Absolute baller. Yeah, everything goes in. Messi hasn't scored yet this season, so people can't even chat about Pepe, says Reese. Well, there you go. People are talking about, I see something on Twitter earlier, people are talking about Wilfried Zaha. Pepe's got the better stats than him this season. Yeah, better stats than him. I know I ain't a stats man or statistician and all that rubbish. Yeah, I don't really care. Right. But at the same time, he's got better stats than Wilfried Zaha. So let's all just chill out a little bit. Kieran Tierney will be a great signing, says John Zednuff. Yeah, he will. I think he's class. Jamie Vardinho. Like, bruv, he's mad on FIFA. I can't even lie. He is decent until I start paying to win instead of doing Road to Glory at the minute. And it ain't going to be glory because I ain't ever getting in Division 1 on this game, trust me. I'll be lucky to make Division 3. Every time I get that close to Division 4, I go in free fall and end up in Division 6 and then have to fight my way back again. So, yeah, I'm currently Division 5 at the minute. Can't see Pepe being a hit at the Gooner land. Come on, bruv. Seriously, there's no need for that, Liverpool fans. You Liverpool fans have got proper above your station, some of you lot recently. Lee, you are a legend. Thank you, my friend. Arsenal 10234. Lallana or Smeetser? Smeetser all day long, Taib. All day long. He was a good player, man. Ibrahimovic is the man for Man United right now. Well, you never know. He could be player manager if it carries on like this, mate. Well, I'm going to do a couple more minutes of this and get out of here. It's nearly 20 to 10 at night over here and I want to smash some more FIFA out. So, yeah, listen, go and subscribe to that channel. Go and subscribe to this one. Do drive the likes up. Let's get it over 150 likes before you all leave. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Listen, I kind of feel sad for Mustafi, man. You don't want to hear that sort of stuff. It's not great, is it? Let's be real. Yeah, like I said, I've heard it with Iwobi before. And this is the thing, right? People say to me, oh, you're negative. You bash Mesut Ozil. You do this. When do I tag him? When do I tag him? When I'm at a ground and I watch him, yeah, I back him for that whole 90-odd minutes or whatever it is he's on the pitch, the same as all of them, right? Some people don't do that. And a lot of the people that cope me off for slagging people off on Twitter without tagging them in it, yeah, go, you're a divide in the fan base. You're causing a divide. No, I'm not. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not tagging the player. People that tag death threats to players and tag certain stuff like Mustafi said, yeah, that is what is causing the problem at this football club. Not me talking into a camera or tweeting, yeah, without tagging them. Not you guys in the comment section giving your thoughts, because guess what? The only way Mustafi sees this video is if he types in Mustafi on YouTube or something and it suddenly pops up. Yeah, that's the only way that guy is going to see my video. If you're directly going to his Instagram and replying to one of his pictures, there's a chance he's going to see that. For me, that's muggy. Get a few Stellas down here. Don't worry about that, George. They're on ice. They are on ice. I'm happy with Emery. So am I right now, Donovan, if I'm being honest. It's nice to see that. Moley loves you on Twitter, Lee. I don't know who Moley is, mate. Listen, I got a lot of haters, bruv. But you know what? They're my biggest fans. My biggest fans. They watch everything. They're watching now. They're watching now. And you guys, do you know what? Thank you very much to every single one of you as well. We're nearly on 29,200 subscribers. Which is kind of crazy, man. This has been going, what, 10 months? Just over 10 months. 10 months, 1 week, yeah? Mad. Absolutely mad. Nearly 30,000. Let's get that wrapped up by the end of this month and move into November with 30K. I've got a lot of things lined up for the future on this channel as well. A lot of things as well. Big things going forward. So yeah, listen, I'm gonna leave it there, I think. Thank you. Sorry, wobbly camera and all that. So I'm going for a little rally drive. But listen, thank you very much to everyone who's watched. I will be back again tomorrow, doing the 2 streams again, 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Don't forget Thursday. It'll probably be morning time. I'll let you know in due course. Probably let you know tomorrow evening on my socials, Lee Gunner 82, and that's on Insta and Twitter. So go and check them out. So yeah, I'll let you know what time I will be streaming on the FIFA channel. It'll be about 2 hours straight. I'll be streaming. Xbox One for now. Wordia Player 25. Let me type that in the comments very quickly. So anyone who wants to add me up, feel free. Cheers, J Rob. Thank you for your kind donation, my friend. Do appreciate that. Go and follow that. Is that right? Yeah, go check that out. That's my account on Xbox One. Go and check that out. We'll do a couple of hours of just playing subscribers on Thursday. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on my social media accounts, let you know what times that will be. We'll set it up, we'll go live, and bosh, straight back to back to back to back, 2 hours straight, streaming against some of you guys. And yeah, it should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm out of here. Thank you very much to everybody in the chat. Laters, peeps.